From Rulo Stadium on the campus of the University of Delaware in Newark, it is the 2019 CAA Field Hockey Championship game as today the host team Delaware takes on the 3 seed Northeastern. Hi everybody, I'm Matt Janis alongside Katie Evans. Bobby Broyles will join us in a moment. Katie, this is a big stage, certainly a huge game for both of these teams. They've worked all year to get to this point, and a chance to win a championship is a special feeling for a player.
Yeah, and I think what'll be interesting today is see how both teams handle their nerves. University of Delaware has a lot to prove after the upset last year and losing the CAA title, and I think Northeastern hasn't been here in a long time, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle it as well.
Let's be cautious of this game and what we saw in the regular season. Delaware winning it 5-1 in lopsided fashion, but it's a different Northeastern group. They've come together down the stretch, certainly coming with a lot of confidence after beating William and Mary yesterday. Meanwhile, Delaware getting here by outlasting JMU. We'll be joined now by the third member of our crew on the field. Here's Bobby Broyles.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Matt. Speaking of that game back in early October, the 5-1 win for Delaware, I talked to Shelly Morris before the game. They're not just excited to be here. They do feel like they have the confidence and the momentum coming out of Friday's victory over William & Mary to come in and pull this upset today. She also mentioned about that 5-1 defeat to Delaware early in October. This team also has motivation from that game because they want to prove not just to themselves but to Delaware today that they are a different team than what they saw in early October. And also hearing from Rolf Vanderkerk off of Delaware. It's business as usual for this team. They're expected to be here. If there's any motivation, it's what Katie said, is losing on this home field last year to William & Mary in the championship. They definitely want to get the job done and complete here today. Send it back up to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Bobby. Very interesting how these teams come into this contest. For Delaware at 15-3 overall, they went undefeated in CAA action. There's a really good chance that win or lose, they would be in the NCAA tournament. That was what Rolf Vanderkerk told us coming into the week. He thought a win on Friday would seal their bid, but certainly they want to take it out of the committee's hands. And they come in with a great deal of confidence, having had the success they have over the years. But Northeastern has a lot of confidence in their own right, thanks in large part to the player on the screen, Julia Elias. What a performance she turned in that semifinal win over William & Mary. Big save after big save.
She was fantastic. She was the real reason, that kept William & Mary at bay because they had so much attack that they were generating, but it was really Julia who came up big for Northeastern and allowed them to take home the win and be here today.
Sydney Rhodes, meanwhile, in goal for Delaware, and we are underway in the CAA championship game. Delaware, the home white jerseys as the top seed. Meanwhile, Northeastern in the road blacks. And both of these teams play an attacking brand of field hockey. Should be a relatively up-tempo game.
It should, and that's why I think today will really come down to which defensive unit can be stronger. You have two fantastic goalkeepers and very experienced defenders, but we saw in the William & Mary game, Northeastern is so dangerous on their counterattacks, and what they need to do today is just capitalize on those moments.
The hero from the semifinal win, Camille O'Connor, who scored the game winner, has it just outside the circle here, but Delaware there defensively and able to usher it out of danger in the game's opening minute. Both of these teams really seem to excel at turning defense into offense.
Yeah, they're so good at just turning on a dime and just breaking out and going fast. Like they're just taking advantage of the opportunities and trying to create something out of it.
O'Connor looking to force a corner, and she does. Camille O'Connor, who scored the final 2 minutes to lift Northeastern to this championship game. And it was funny seeing her reaction after the game, the Australian native. She was pretty emotional. She was almost in a state of shock that the goal went in and the way it all played out.
And to your point earlier, I think it just all happened so quickly. She was just going with her instincts, and it fell to her, and it was great.
It'll be sent in by Allie Meehan for Northeastern. First opportunity belongs to the Huskies here, the CAA championship game. The CAA Rookie of the Year passes up a shot, Lauren Rowe. Cassidy Anderson can't find the back of the cage, but those are two dangerous players if you're Delaware that you don't want to see in a scoring opportunity.
Such a well-executed corner, too, to fake the drag flick and then just spin it around and give someone else a chance. It really throws the goalie off their angle. So here you can see it, wide open cage, really kept Sydney off her angle, and great opportunity, unfortunately, that just wasn't capitalized on.
Perfect feed from Lauren Rowe. You're so right about that. You could not put the pass at a better place, and Cassidy Anderson fifth-year senior, but in her first year back in field hockey, she was an ice hockey player her first 4 years at Northeastern, but was an excellent field hockey player in high school, went to the coaching staff before her junior year had ended and said, well, I have one more year of eligibility once I'm done with hockey. I'd love to come outside and play a little field hockey my last year. She got one spring with the club team to kind of get her feet wet again and then joined the team. And what a season she has had. She scored 8 goals, added 4 assists, and really does a nice job of kind of sneaking her way behind the defense.
She's so aggressive, and I just love her stature, too. Even from up here, you can see that she's just intimidating and strong, and she just has a real knack for knowing where to be and how to get the ball in the back of the net.
Sporin sends it towards the circle, finding the stick of Streen. Streen gets it to DeConing, who gets a shot off but hits the side of the cage. And we talked about Northeastern's best offensive threats. For Delaware, those two are certainly a lethal combination. Streen, the CAA's Offensive Player of the Year. DeConing set a program record with 4 goals in the semifinal win over JMU.
And she's one that you have to watch. You can't let her get into the circle like this, and you can't ever stop playing. It just leaves a lot of too much room and space to create something dangerous for Delaware.
So both teams getting early opportunities.
What I love to see, too, is that Northeastern is coming out with so much confidence. You can tell they're really, they had the most of the momentum for the first 5 minutes of this quarter, and they're really putting Delaware back on their heels. So now Delaware has to kind of respond to that and build the momentum themselves.
Blue Hens on the charge here. Ball bouncing off the stick of Ashlyn Carr. It ends up to DeConing, and she gets the goal. Her 5th of the CAA tournament. And the assist goes to Grace after what a start for Delaware.
So great counterattack. Delaware intercepted. They get the ball down the left side, and this is where Femke is so good. She has a great reverse that's able to just skip through the defense. And Lada, again, an amazing goal-scoring positioning. She just really has her nose to the goal all the time and can just get the ball in the net.
And actually, the assist does go to Femke Streen. A wise play there by the sophomore Hepner to back her stick away and know that DeConing was in position for the finish. But Delaware all the board first, less than 4 minutes in, a 1-0 lead for the Hens. So now if you're Northeastern, the aggressive style is good because you're always looking to create offense, but a team that lost by 4 goals in the regular season facing an early deficit here in the championship game. Anderson couldn't battle her way through, finally does towards the circle. And that one goes against Tiesemann for Delaware, just wide of the stick of Lexi Dunleavy for Northeastern, as it looked like they might have an opportunity in the back corner of the cage.
And this is exactly what you want to see from Northeastern. No matter what happens, they just stick to their game plan. They're keeping their foot on their gas. They're trying to just push up forward into their attacking circle and just try to create something.
4 quarters in field hockey, 15 minutes in duration, 60-minute total game. And we go to overtime if regulation is ended in a tie. And if that doesn't decide a winner, then it goes to penalty strokes. But right now, Delaware lead 1-0, 5 minutes into this opening period. And with a little space, Ashlyn Carr working her way towards the circle, had it knocked away by Northeastern. The Huskies there defensively. Give some credit to Megan Barrett.
I was curious to see how Northeastern would respond to the tempo that Delaware plays at, especially because their last game against William & Mary was just a different style of play. They weren't as fast on their free hits as Delaware is. But you can see Northeastern just plays so well. They play fast and they're keeping up. I'll be curious to see how this game keeps progressing and if Northeastern can keep up with Delaware in their style of play.
Perry McClay sent it the length of the field, and then a turnover as Femke Streen gets it for Delaware. Leaves it ahead. On the run to Koning towards the circle, sends it at the cage, and the deflection bounces just high. 2 Hens were there. Neither could put it home. Looked like Grace Miller might have had the best shot at that for UD.
Femke is so good at just laying the ball into space, and again, she and Lada are just connecting so well today, and they're just sending balls into the mouth of the goal and just looking for deflection. So that's where Northeastern just needs to tighten up their defense a little bit more, make sure they're marking up in the circle and don't leave those goals open to tip.
Well, right now, the Huskies kind of stuck on the defensive end a little bit. They're looking for those counter opportunities, but Delaware just suffocating, although they are whistled here, giving possession back to Northeastern. Almost 7 minutes into this opening quarter. Delaware, the initial goal, lots of decoding. I think there's a pretty good chance she's going to be named the most outstanding player in this tournament, the way it has unfolded to this point, almost regardless of how this game plays out. 5 goals in less than 5 quarters of field hockey. Sharp passing here from Northeastern, but the deflection from Hefner sent it forward. Stream could not end up with it, and Barrett shoots it ahead. Quick restart for Delaware. Barrett there again for Northeastern. It's off her body back to Delaware. Barrett continues to try to hinder the advance, but Blue Hens find a path towards the circle. Again getting it in front and almost the goal from Stream. She had an empty cage as Goliath had rotated a little bit too far towards the other post, but couldn't quite bring it home.
Delaware is looking so dangerous. They're doing a really good job getting the Northeastern defense to kind of collapse around the ball, and then they're getting it behind them, and then able to find, numbers up in the circle. So Northeastern just needs to make sure they're paying attention to the options around the ball, not just where the ball is, but where it's going to end up.
Try to surround Blue Hens here in the middle. Look at that stick work from Ashlyn Carr, getting it to the circle, and again just wide of the cage. Boy, what a start. If you're Northeastern right now, just trying to weather things and stay within striking distance, doing a nice job of that. It could easily be 2 or 3-0 at this point.
Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The longer you keep it just a 1-0 game, the more you're giving Northeastern confidence that what they're doing is working. And it's not going to be enough with how dangerous they are on attack.
A little bit of space finally. Allie Meehan bringing it towards the offensive end for Northeastern, but could not quite find Cassidy Anderson. Had her body turned around a little bit and back to Delaware. Another long ball that sneaks all the way out to midfield. Got through 2 Northeastern players. Anderson chasing after it, took a bad hop on her. And Delaware gets possession. Grace Miller again finding Stream. Stream plays it off of Bodo, and Delaware will set up on the offensive attack. Stream carrying towards the circle. Nice job defensively. Megan Barrett got it out of danger, at least giving the defense a chance to set up. Milan Sporin starts it for the Hens. Again, that long ball through. No Hen could get the stick on it, and Northeastern will go the other direction. Final 5 minutes of quarter number 1. Delaware getting the first goal. A lot of decoding, putting the Blue Hens out in front in this CAA championship game. Winner receives an automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. The field will be released later tonight. Here comes Northeastern. Finally a little bit of space to operate. Lexi Dunleavy playing it ahead, but too far out in front, as she could not connect with Bella Cuomo. Not sure how that one found the stick of Katie Gorley.
Delaware's so good at just working within their pocket, and they do so well because they have so many skilled individuals. So when Northeastern collapses on them, it actually allows them more time, because once they collapse in the pocket, the girls have the skills to get it around them, and then they're off to the races.
You talk about the depth of this team. DeConing obviously gets a lot of the headlines along with Femke Stream, but they've got so many potent scores. Ashlyn Carr scored 9 times this year. Grace Hefner put it in the cage 5 times. And now a run out again for UD. And drawing a whistle. The Hens will set it up with a little space. Heeseman, the transfer from Maryland. And it goes back to Northeastern.
Again, great job. Delaware's attack is really getting into the circle, getting into good positioning. Unfortunate there that they tipped the ball up into their own teammate, but you can see they're just getting deflection after deflection and positioning on the Northeastern defense. So I think Northeastern is so dangerous on their counterattacks, and when they win the ball higher up the field, they just need to clean up a little bit in the defensive end. But it's still so early in this game that I think Northeastern just needs to settle down and settle into this game and remember what they did, especially against William & Mary so well.
Think about how the JMU game played out. If JMU had weathered the storm in the first half, it might have been a very different semifinal. Delaware built such a big lead before the Dukes could work their way back into it, and that whistle goes Northeastern's way. Right here, as we mentioned earlier, the Huskies could already be down by 2-3 goals, even the way the play has gone in this opening quarter, to still be within a single score. You almost have to feel okay with that if you're Shelley Morris, as your team kind of finds its footing on this big stage.
Absolutely, and still, and like we said, they have to be nervous coming into this game. You know, although the confidence they have from winning their last one, they're still nervous playing in the championship game after so many years.
Weber forced the turnover, but O'Connor couldn't work her way through. And Northeastern will get it. But Delaware at least able to slow the play, get set up defensively. Megan Barrett restarts it for the Huskies. Bodo sends it towards the corner. O'Connor edging her way toward the circle and again draws the call.
This is what Northeastern needs on attack too. Just build their attack, find the ways in. If it doesn't work, just kick the ball around, just maintain possession. But this is a much more confident and relaxed attack rather than trying to just go one and force it in.
Just over a minute to play in the opening quarter. Northeastern a sustained opportunity on the offensive end. Probably their best stretch since they drew that corner in the game's opening moments. O'Connor works it towards the circle, sends it off the body of Sporin. And Delaware able to end up with possession. Sophie Heeseman sticking with the play for the Hens. Most teams would be looking at that clock right now, seeing if they could get the final 30 ticks on the defensive end. Delaware tries to attack, and it's Streen working her way to the cage. She's got herself an angle, but what a sprawling stop. Goliath the save, but Streen sticks with it and scores for Delaware. It's 2-0. What a play from Femke Streen.
I mean, that is just unbelievable hockey right there, where she's able to go one-on-one with the goalie. The goalie makes an incredible first save, but she stays with the play.
Goodness.
Has the wherewithal to find the ball and then just hit it bouncing into the net. Fantastic. Nothing you can do for Northeastern's defense when you have a player and a play like that.
Bodo tried to get it. She worked her way back, center of the cage, but with that type of mustard that Streeton was able to get on the shot, could not get the stick on it, and it's 2-0 Delaware. What a turn of events in the final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Northeastern had possession on the offensive end, and suddenly in the blink of an eye, Delaware flips the field and gets a goal, single-handedly created by the CAA's Offensive Player of the Year. Femke Streen scores one, Lotta decoding the other. 2-0 Delaware after one quarter of the CAA championship. Great start for Delaware, looking to earn back the CAA championship after falling in the final a year ago to William & Mary. This has been a tournament Delaware has owned over the last decade or so. Northeastern was hoping to pull off another shocker, but Femke Streen and Lotta Decoding both scoring goals, one early for the Blue Hens, and then in the final minute of the quarter, Streen did it almost single-handedly.
Yeah, and, you know, we were talking over the break, Matt, but It's so interesting when Femke inserts herself into the attack and gets really more involved in what Delaware is doing. When she's on, their attack is on. When she's quiet, their attack is quiet. So she's really the key to Delaware continuing this attacking momentum.
17th goal of the season for Streen, the CAA's Offensive Player of the Year. DeKoning had 6 in the regular season. Now, she missed 7 weeks due to injury, just returning last week, but 6 all of the regular season, 5 in the first 5 quarters of the CAA tournament. Those two are special. Delaware starts this second quarter. Northeastern needs something positive to happen here. This is a very important quarter for the Huskies.
And I don't think anybody should count out Northeastern. I think they are so dangerous on attack. It's just really getting more sustained attack, like you said, at the end of the first quarter. And then just, they just need to get lucky and get things to fall their way.
They draw the whistle here. They had 2 real sustained opportunities of offense. One generated a corner. The other got the ball to the edge of the circle, but unfortunately it actually created an opportunity for Delaware the other way that they were able to convert on. And here, unforced error as Bodo lost it off her stick back to the Hens.
And that's what caused that counterattack, is actually it got through a couple of Northeastern's defenders and just some unlucky bounces that the ball wasn't trapped, and it just led Femke to be one-on-one basically with one defender at the other end of the field. So I think if they just clean up some of their basic skills and just really focus on getting those traps, it will stop Delaware further up the field.
This is not what you want to see if you're Northeastern. Streen with the ball just outside the circle as Delaware again looking to attack. Hieseman sends it over to Koning. She's challenged nicely by Meehan, finally gets it in, but from outside the circle, no harm, back to Northeastern. So Delaware again stealing it back, working their way towards the arc. Goliath came out aggressively, got a piece of it, and Northeastern gets the call to get it out of harm's way. We saw that work for the junior goaltender, the aggressive nature, very effectively in the semifinal game against William and Mary, and she's made some nice saves this afternoon, but Delaware's also used her aggressiveness against her at times early as well.
It's hard when a goalie's aggressive when you have so many numbers around her. So I think Delaware really throws so many people up by the goal, and it just makes it hard if Northeastern's goalie keeps stepping out, then they have multiple people to work around her. In
her defense, it's kind of a pick-your-poison situation. I mean, what else are you going to do when you got the likes of a DeKoning, of a Streen, or even, we've seen a couple of times, Hieseman work her way towards the circle. Here comes Northeastern looking for a breakout. On the run, it's Allie Meehan. She stopped at midfield. A nice play by McClay, allowing the defense to rotate back, and McClay almost took it back for Delaware. Kelso restarts it for Northeastern. They'll try the other side of the field. Weber, a little bit of room along the sideline. O'Connor got challenged, and it ends up with DeKoning. A good job by Dunleavy to get that back for Northeastern. See if the Huskies can take advantage here. Just off the stick of Kelso, back to Delaware. Over 3 minutes into quarter number 2. 2-0 the lead for Delaware. CAA championship game. Streen was back there, but a good job by Northeastern to avoid it getting to her. But now DeKoning steals it back for Delaware. Working her way towards the cage, and a little high and wide with that shot, but showing again the ability to get the quick release.
And I think what's so dangerous is Femke's up on the forward line, so when you think you have one of their weapons covered, then here comes Lotta from the midfield. That's also so dangerous.
In the center. Blue Hens try to send it through. It goes off the stick of DeKoning, and Northeastern ends up with it, but Delaware slows the advantage a little bit. Northeastern, you see, they want the quick restarts. They want to get this game rolling. Unfortunately, when you're doing that against William and Mary, that goes against the tribe's strength. When you're doing it against Delaware, you got to stick with what you do best, but you're kind of playing into one of the things Delaware does very well.
Yeah, Delaware loves to play at that speed too, so they're ready for it. I think Northeastern trying to take those free hits fast is a great idea, just to try and catch Delaware on their back foot, but they just need to make sure they're doing it at the spot of the foul so that way they can actually restart rather than the ref blowing the whistle and then having to go back again.
Northeastern, led by Shelley Morris, in her second season in charge of the program, graduate the Huskies program in 1994. Excellent career as both a player and a coach. Has the Huskies back in this championship game, and watches her Allie Meehan sent it towards the cage. It's kept in by Weber and unable to get a clean look at the cage. As a good job by Sydney Rhodes to be there.
And that was all started because it was an intercept in the midfield, and then Northeastern was able to counterattack. So that's the plays that I was talking about, where it just comes down to basic skills, where they're just making simple intercepts, trapping the ball, and then they can do what they do best when they counterattack.
Giesemann tries to start the counterattack for Delaware. Long play ahead to Streen. Look out. Femke Streen barreling towards the cage, plays it to herself. Goliath's got a foot on it. Delaware keeps it in, but high with the shot, as Ashlyn Carr, the two-time Delaware High School Player of the Year, could not quite put it home.
And this is a great job by Goliath to come out after Femke eliminates the one defender. She makes the right decision to come out and be aggressive on her, gets a foot on it, and really disrupts that play from a very, very, very dangerous opportunity for Delaware.
It does, but it was what you were talking about earlier. It still ends up on the stick of somebody that can put it home, as Carr got a lot on that look, even though it was kind of a bouncing ball that headed her direction. Back to Delaware it goes. Almost 7 minutes into this second quarter. The long high ball has been Delaware's friend today. Carr, I should say, got stopped. Good job defensively by the Huskies. Sam Bodo, the fifth-year senior, stopping that chance for Delaware. Cassidy Anderson with the pressure ends up on the stick of Lexi Dunleavy. Here comes Anderson. Beautiful move as she tries to keep it in along the end line and can't quite get there for Northeastern.
And this is looking like the Northeastern team we saw on Friday, where they're so good at making intercepts, higher up the field, and then they're counterattacking so well and so dangerous, and they just have so much aggressiveness that they do really, really well to get behind Delaware's defense.
To the layman's eye, they almost are more dangerous when it looks like nothing's going on.
They are, and I think that's a credit to, they're just so hungry, so they win the ball, and then all of a sudden everyone gets all this energy and they go.
Speaking of going, Streen was trying to get off to the races, but again, Northeastern there to mark her, and here come the Huskies. Dunleavy reverses the ball over to Barrett. Northeastern finally with a little bit of space, but Delaware there again. Huskies rotated back a little bit better this time, plus Streen was back trying to help out defensively, so she wasn't there to leak out. Dunleavy takes it back for Northeastern. O'Connor, nice job to get her stick on it, works it towards the circle. No teammate home to feed, however. And again, Delaware ushering it out of danger.
Yeah, when Delaware wins the ball on defense, they need to make sure they have a possession pass and not just hit it through Northeastern's midfield, because right now their midfield stepping up big, coming up with intercepts, and then starting this dangerous counterattack.
Feels like the best 3-minute stretch we've seen so far today from Northeastern.
Yeah, I don't know what their coach said to them at the break for the quarter, but they've certainly turned things around and changed the momentum in their favor.
Miller turns it around, though, for Delaware. Got it to Stream, who dishes it off to Gote. Back to Stream for the finish. No, she didn't get her stick on it.
Yeah, no goal. Ref is saying that it's Oh, she's saying that no one touched it inside the circle. So then that means that it's Delaware's long hit.
We'll see it again. I thought Streen got the stick on it, but the official was right there, and she did it.
Yeah, so even if it touches the defender inside the circle, that just means it goes over the end line. So that's why Delaware got the restart at the 25.
Streen had to touch that one for it to count. She almost did. Would have been her second goal of the day. Instead, the ball ends up going back here to Northeastern. Good job by the Huskies again. It feels like the next goal, so pivotal in this game. 3, probably too much for Northeastern to overcome, but the way they're playing right now, they get one here, get a little life into intermission, right back in it.
Absolutely, and that was a great call by the ref to recognize that no attacker touched it, because that would have been a game-changing call.
And Streen did a nice job trying to sell it, too, with the follow-through as she tried to poke it home, and then the immediate celebration, but the official, no hesitation on the call. Here comes Streen. Boy, she changes direction so smoothly, and Delaware will look to attack the other way. Long ball all the way across to a wide open Gorley. Northeastern at least slowing the attack, allowing the defense to rotate back. And O'Connor, again, making life difficult on Delaware.
You know, to Delaware's credit, I think that's what they do so well. They really pivot the ball. So they're not just playing down the same channel that they win it in. They're really looking for where's the best opportunity to build their attack. So even though they may win it on the left side, they have people moving to get down the right side as well.
And then they rotate back very well as McClay came chasing after what looked like would be a breakaway opportunity for Meehan, and it turns into a chance the other way for UD. Towards the circle, there were 2 Delaware players there. It went off Northeastern, and the Hens will get a corner.
And that's great wherewithal within the middle of the field to have all that pressure on you. It's kind of a loose ball that you're trying to control. And for the Delaware player to be able to get control and then turn on a dime and look down the middle and have 2 people up ahead that you can try and hit it to. Really keeps the Northeastern defense under a ton of pressure.
3:44 remaining in this opening half. Femke Streen scoring a goal earlier. She might get an opportunity here. Lotte Decoding getting one as well for the Hens. This will be Streen. And a nice job as Goliath just took away the whole angle, gave up her body, diving to take it away from the Delaware striker.
Yeah, terrific job by Northeastern's defense to keep that ball out of the net and just keep Delaware at bay. Because, like you said, the longer they can keep this a 2-0 game, the better chance they have to come back.
Weber tried to get it out of harm's way and gets a favorable bounce as that one all the way across the midfield stripe. And here comes Northeastern. Delaware, though, just continues to aggressively tackle. That was Emily Kresho. Kresho, a player that Rolf van der Kerkhoff told us coming into the event, probably the most underrated on Delaware's team, as that bounced off the stick of Amy Pollack, who looked like she might get an opportunity. Van der Kerkhoff said, if I was running U.S. field hockey, Emily Kresho is somebody that would be on my team. And he meant it. He was not just speaking laurels about his player. He has the utmost respect for what Kresho brings to the table.
And I think to their credit, the Delaware defense has been so strong. She comes up with the ball all the time and makes great outing decisions.
And when you're a good defensive player, you're not going to show up in the stats. That's the whole idea.
That's the hardest part, is that you're just the distributor. You know, you're stopping plays. There's no real stats that you can look at for backs.
Stop plays and hit long outlets, and she does both very well. There was a long pass that found Meehan, but she ran out of real estate along that end line. 100 seconds remaining in the opening half. Beautiful day in Delaware, much better than what we saw on Friday. The temperatures in the mid-50s, just a gentle breeze. We had low 40s, and heavy wind in the semifinal round. Both of these teams able to overcome it. And Delaware got a goal in the final minute of the first quarter. Northeastern does a good job to take away an opportunity here with just over a minute to play in the half. Fancy stick worth by Weber. And the Huskies chance to get it to the offensive end.
1 minute remaining in the half.
Good idea. Meehan just had it a tad late, couldn't get to that pass from Bodo.
And that's what I feel like has been happening with Northeastern. They're really coming alive in the second quarter, but I hope the third one, they're seeing all the right plays to make, they're seeing the right passes. It's just not getting onto the player's stick. So hopefully next quarter they can fix that.
And that's why that second goal for Delaware that Femke Streen almost single-handedly created was so important. Speaking of single-handedly creating something, that was Meehan giving Northeastern a chance here in the final half minute. Anderson took a healthy hack, stuck with the play, surrounded by Delaware players, and here she comes towards the circle. Trying to draw the corner here in the final 20 seconds, couldn't do it. And Delaware in no hurry as the final ticks bleed away. And we have reached halftime in the CAA championship game. Delaware getting both of its goals in the first half. Lotte de Koning one, Femke Streen the other. Northeastern, a good counter attack in quarter number 2, but could not find the back of the cage. Bobby Broyle standing by with Delaware head coach Ralph van der Kerkhoff.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Coach, to assess your team's performance there in the first half.
Excellent first quarter. We did a great job starting. Those 2 goals were beautiful goals. But then the second quarter, we created some of our own difficulties, and we just have to regroup and get back at just playing DO hockey, possess the ball, and finish what we start.
2-0 lead. What would you like to see better from your team as you guys get ready for the second half?
We have to play together again. We have to connect, and if we connect, we possess the ball, we control the tempo, and we can score.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, send it back up to you, Matt.
Good stuff, Bobby. Very matter of fact from van der Kerkhoff. His team leading by 2 goals, seeking his 7th championship as a coach at Delaware, 6th in the CAA. And oh yeah, he won a NCAA tournament back in 2016 as well. They're 30 minutes from this title, leading Northeastern 2-0 at the half. Back with more from Newark in a moment. Back here on the campus of the University of Delaware, Blue Hens leading Northeastern 2-0. 2019 CAA Field Hockey Championship. I'm Matt Janis with Katie Evans. Bobby Broyles, third member of our crew, is standing by with Northeastern head coach Shelly Morris.
Coach, down 2-0 at the half. What was the message to your team during that break there?
Yeah, we have to attack. I think we've been playing a lot of D. Our counter attack is kind of getting shut down here. We get towards the circle, and we got to attack. We got to be a little bit more threatening and get in there and make some things happen.
What were some of the adjustments you told your team as well, outside of just attacking and threatening, that you guys also need to improve on?
Yeah, I just think our pressing, we got some holes. We're trying to shore that up a little bit and stop the ball a little bit higher. I mean, they're going with a lot of big balls right now, but I think we're doing a good job of managing that. But at the same time, it's not creating our counterattack. Needs to be more possessed, I think.
All right, well, Coach, good luck in the second half. Thank you for your time. All right, back up to you, Matt.
All right, thanks a lot, Bobby. The thing you have to appreciate about both of these coaches, and you understand why Shelly Morris and Ralph van der Kerkhoff have been able to lead their teams to this stage, they speak in matter-of-fact tone and kind of say, this is what we're going to do. Not this is what we'd like to accomplish, or this is what we hope we'll be able to take care of. They say this is what's going to happen. It has to give a lot of confidence to their team.
And it allows them to go out there and have 1 or 2 points that they know they have to execute in order to change the momentum of the game. And that's what great coaches do. It's very short and simple. The game can be, busy and chaotic and all these things, but the best coaches are able to kind of like sort through all of that, the chaos, and just give you 1 or 2 things that you just need to focus on, that you have to go out and execute.
Don't overload and paralyze with information. Make sure you relay stuff that's easy to understand. The stats heavily tilted towards Delaware. They have 8 of the game's 9 shots. The nice part for Northeastern, only 2 on goal, and I think a lot of the credit for that has to go to Julia Goliath because she's really done a nice job, it seems, taking away some of the angles for Delaware shooters.
Yeah, especially that second quarter, she really stepped up big and was making great decisions, and I think the Northeastern defense just settled in, started to realize how dangerous some of the players were, and started to cover better lines so that Delaware had less high percentage shots that they could take, and they were trying to force more things.
It's funny how stats can in some ways tell the whole tale like they do with the 8 shots to 1 and yet not tell the entire story because Goliath doesn't have a single save and yet played a pretty decent first half. Delaware 30 minutes away from punching their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Northeastern, we heard from Shelly Morris. Obviously, she wants the counterattack to be more aggressive. What are some of the other things stand out to you if the Huskies are going to get back in this one?
Yeah, I think Shelly was spot on with what she was saying. I mean, Northeastern has an amazing counterattack game, and in order to do that, though, they have to press and defend the ball better so that Delaware can't find little pockets to then go behind Northeastern's defense. So if they can just shore up and tighten it and really work as a unit, we always say you want to hunt in numbers when you're on defense. So if they can do that a little bit better, they're going to create more attacking opportunities because of their defensive prowess.
They're going to try to pin Delaware in the corner here to start the half. The long ball, and here come the Huskies in numbers to try to get an offensive try. And it works out pretty well. O'Connor ends up with it in the circle for Northeastern. Off the design play, she can't find the cage as it trickles wide.
What I love too is this is how Northeastern looked when they first came out of the gates in the first quarter, and that's what they need to do. Just keep putting Delaware under pressure, come up with the intercepts, and then really just try to generate something on attack.
That was pretty well designed there. They clearly wanted that ball in the corner. You saw every Northeastern player run to try to pinch him in, and it got him an opportunity. Streen was trying to leak out there for Delaware and could not quite find Sophie Hieseman. Delaware, though, keeping the pressure on the offensive end. Trying to force it towards the circle. Ashlyn Carr could not find the back of the cage. Goliath got a piece. Good job by the junior.
You know, and that's what Rolf was asking of his team. They have to just possess the ball more, work more together. And I think that's what they're trying to execute as well. Lots of great passing, working the ball around the circle, trying to find opportunities.
Another chance in close. Hefner looked like she was there for the Blue Hens, but could not get it through. Northeastern hanging in there, staying within 2 goals. Errant pass. And a chance there for Meehan. Finally spins her way around McClay, and here she comes. Cassidy Anderson was back there, could not find her, and Delaware gets it with De Koning turning it the other direction. Boy, Blue Hens making it very tough on Northeastern.
Yeah, and that's what Rolf was talking about. They're kind of creating more of their own problems. So they just need to take care of the ball. I understand why they're bringing the ball back to try and stretch out Northeastern's defense to find more pockets. When they do that, though, they really need to make sure they take care of the ball. Don't allow an easy intercept for Northeastern that, again, will allow an easy counterattack opportunity for them.
Long passes can be dangerous, especially with a 2-goal lead. It just feels more dangerous.
Yeah, and I hate a 2-0 scoreline because it's just so dangerous. The next goal really can change the whole momentum and outcome of the game.
Don't want to mentally relax. Delaware had a 3-goal advantage in the semifinals at halftime, and JMU was able to crawl back within a single score, and they had 2 corners with a chance to draw even. So this one far from over. The Huskies trying to break the other direction, draw the call, and here comes Northeastern.
Lotta was doing a great job trying to shave tackle that ball out. Unlucky call from the ref, but really good job by Northeastern. Just maintain possession and just try and create more on attack.
Barrett goes the short way to Brewster, and Brewster could not find Meehan on the run. McClay will get another try at this after the challenge from Meehan. And again, Meehan got a piece. And a call goes against her.
This is great. When the ball's on the side, then you can really see Northeastern step up and really press the ball in. And just like Shelly's asking, be stronger on defense so they can create more attacking opportunities.
4 minutes into the third quarter. The teams exchanging possession here on the high ball.
The aerials are so tough because the ref will always default to the defense. So if the defender's under the ball, that's who usually gets the call.
Just a little bit too far out in front of Ashlyn Carr, who was on the move. This is more time in the neutral field than I feel like we played the entire first half. Here's Cassidy Anderson on the run trying to get into the attack, but Delaware again there defensively. Crescio is there, the eraser for this Delaware team, marking Anderson, who is so dangerous back there for the Huskies. Speaking of dangerous, DeKoning feeding it forward. Hieseman's got Stream down there with her, trying to feed Stream, keeps it in, and a quarter for Delaware. As the pressure applied, the long passes DeKoning to Hieseman to Stream.
Now that all started with Delaware trying to outlet the ball on the sideline. What happened was Northeastern, although they're trying to put in a press, it started to become a 2-on-1 situation, and they're just so skilled at working the ball in and around the pocket. They get the ball over to the right side, and look at Femke just being able to receive on her reverse and get it off, get a centering pass in for someone to tip.
Stream to play it in for Delaware. They set up DeKoning, and her shot got deflected. Then Goliath got a piece. DeKoning puts it in. No goal, I beg your pardon. No goal waved off by the official.
It must have hit someone's foot on the way in or something like that, because that's the only reason why that I could think why the ref would call it coming out. But great job. I mean, the Northeastern's defense is looking more and more confident. They've settled in, and they're really able to manage Delaware's attack right now. Delaware's
so businesslike after their goals. They just run back the other way. They look pretty much the same when they score and when it's waved off. The official making the call right away, so it doesn't go Delaware's direction. Northeastern still in it, but here come the Hens on the move. Great save, Goliath. Delaware trying to stick with it. DeKoning spinning. And we play on. Back into the circle. Stream got a whack at it. And Northeastern is there. Great job by the Huskies, as that was Kelso who got it out of harm's way. Delaware will get possession, but it could have been a lot worse for Northeastern.
Could have been a lot worse. And Delaware's just doing a great job putting on all this pressure.
They continue to keep the attack up. Goliath, though, there again, just taking away the openings for Delaware to try to get their shots off at.
A fantastic job by Northeastern. I mean, they are absorbing so much pressure on defense. They really need a chance to breathe. So they've got to try and build this ball up to the attacking half so they can actually get a rest.
This looks much more like the opening quarter that was controlled by Delaware when the Blue Hens got both of their goals after Northeastern played at least even in the second period, certainly on the scoreboard, but in the opportunities, not so here in quarter number 3. They had that one initial chance, and that's about it to this point. Delaware trying to get some breathing room, but here comes Northeastern. Meehan working her way with Anderson. Anderson puts it in the cage, and Northeastern right back in it. Cassidy Anderson from Allie Meehan, and we've got a 2-1 game in the CAA championship.
Beautiful job isolating the one-on-one, getting the ball around the goalie, and Cassidy Anderson just amazing at just finding the goal, putting the ball in the back of the net.
How good is Northeastern at the counterattack? Delaware had absolutely dominated the previous 3-4 minutes, and yet suddenly, just like that, they're back to within 1.
And I love that Northeastern's just sticking to exactly what Shelley asked them to do. Stronger defense, and then they just work on better pressing and then creating those counterattack opportunities. Northeastern knows what their strengths are. It's just playing their game instead of reacting to what Delaware's doing.
And getting some help from their junior goalkeeper, Julia Goliath as well, denying Delaware any openings at that cage. The Hens looking to go right back at it. A little too strong with the pass, and Northeastern with 7:20 to go in the third quarter, down a goal and looking for another one of those long breakouts. Kelso, nice feed, got it to the Rookie of the Year, Lauren Rowe. And it stays with Northeastern. Rowe's been pretty quiet today. She's certainly somebody that draws a lot of attention, but she can make plays. Flips it ahead here into the circle. A beautiful feed. Anderson had an opportunity, couldn't get the stick on it. And DeConing pirouettes her way out of danger. Wow, this game completely turned upside down in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, we need Femke to start getting a little bit more involved. She's such a playmaker up front, and I think we've just got to get the ball for Delaware. If Delaware wants to keep an attacking presence, they just need to get the ball in her hands so she can create the way she did the first half.
Certainly that's what the Hens looking for. Meanwhile, if you're Northeastern, more of the same. And Cassidy Anderson beginning to make her presence felt. Good idea there, but first a whistle that goes Delaware's direction. That
Yeah.
was almost an opportunity.
Unfortunately, the ref called back stick, so that's why it was called back for Delaware.
Took away a golden opportunity for Northeastern, but they get a call right back their way. Kelso on the move. And Northeastern continues to press. What a mentally resilient group this Husky team has been. There were stretches in the semifinal game where they looked like they were in a world of trouble. Just kept dodging danger and eventually got the decisive goal in the final 2 minutes. And now here, within a single tally, with still more than 5 to play in quarter number 3.
No.
And
When you're Delaware in this situation, you can't start to play frantic. You can't get away from what you were doing so well. What was breaking Northeastern's defense was that they were able to create 2-on-1s, and they were doing such a good job of just passing and playing together. You can't go individual trying to hit big balls that aren't there, especially when you're in a low corner of the field.
perfect example there. Nice job, though, by Femke Streen to kind of erase what could have been a costly mistake and eventually draw the call for the Blue Hens. But Northeastern, you can see that counterattack that Shelly Morris was looking for has been there, although here comes Delaware. Oh, what a stick play. Bodo got a piece. Delaware hanging with it. And the Hens will get the opportunity just outside the circle. Pieseman. And Northeastern gets the call as Hieseman couldn't go around the defense of it. Looked like Meehan was there.
It seems like the ref was calling a bit of an obstruction on Delaware. And fair enough, refs it's a subjective game. They're going to make those calls, but Delaware can't start to play angry or frantic or emotional. They just need to keep their heads about them so they can make good decisions when they do get the ball.
Very similar to what you were talking about with Northeastern in that first half. The Huskies did such a good job of staying calm and sticking with the game plan and survived that first half, allowed the coaching staff to make the adjustments at halftime. It's worked out very nicely for Northeastern. Delaware trying to stick with it here. Physical play just outside the circle. And the Huskies getting the better of it. That was a fantastic individual effort from Lauren Rowe. Well, that's a strong kid for a true freshman.
And I love seeing that Northeastern each quarter has gotten better and better. They're feeling more confident, playing better, playing stronger together. And you can really just see their confidence growing.
On the run, unable to control it, Cuomo back to Delaware. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. CAA championship winner gets an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Northeastern needs that bid to go dancing. Delaware would be on the bubble if they do not get the win today. They think they'd have a very good case for an at-large berth, but they don't want to put it in the hands of the committee. Try to keep the pressure on here. And Cassidy Anderson couldn't quite keep that off the foot as it looked like a potential breakout for Northeastern.
So dangerous, and Northeastern's doing a terrific job right now. Even as Delaware's trying to work at the ball around the pocket, every single player in Northeastern's engaged in their defensive plan. So it always keeps people under pressure and always allows there to be the threat for that counterattack.
Cresho played it ahead. Delaware again in neutral field. That's where a lot of this third quarter has been played for the Blue Hens. Not as much on the attack. Drawing the whistle and the quick restart, McClay. Heeseman, fancy stick work, but too many defenders there. And another errant pass gives it back to Northeastern. Camille O'Connor has had a nice game for the Huskies. She's the reason why Northeastern is here. It was her game winner in the final minutes of the semifinal. It got Northeastern to this stage. They've only scored 2 goals in the tournament, but they've been timely scores. One in the final minutes, one to get them back in it. Anderson again, very close to getting out with a lot of space in front of her, which is the last thing Delaware wants to see. Now the Blue Hens looking to counter the other way. Gorley sends it towards the circle.
So that was tipped up off of the Northeastern sticks. That's why Delaware brings the ball back outside.
Final minute here of this third quarter. They just cannot seem to get any possession inside the circle. Northeastern doing a much better job looking for the counter rush. Delaware, though, continuing to apply the pressure, but O'Connor sticking with it. Got it at least across midfield with 37 seconds to go in the third. Not much time for the Blue Hens to operate here. And the errant pass taking away the opportunity probably at all. They did get a goal. Delaware did in the final half minute of quarter number 1, and maybe a try here. Van Hudik couldn't get enough on that pass as it ricocheted off the stick of Weber. Gorley tried to keep it in play, could not, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. What a period it was for Northeastern as they got the huge goal. Cassidy Anderson bringing the Huskies back to within 1. 15 minutes to decide the CAA championship when we return. Well, it's been a fun game. CAA championship winner gets an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Northeastern was trailing by 2 at the half. Shelly Morris told us at the break, wanted to see her team be much more aggressive on the counterattack. It paid off. Cassidy Anderson creating an opportunity and scoring a goal. And we've got a 1-goal contest with 15 minutes to play.
Northeastern did an incredible job that quarter. They really came alive. They stuck to their game plan. They listened to Shelly Morris with everything that she was asking for them to do, and they came out hard and they really put Delaware on their back foot. So now it's just going to be a matter of can they finish this out for the next 15 minutes, keep doing what they're doing, and just find the back of the net.
Mentioned earlier how Anderson began her career as an ice hockey player, shifting to her final year of eligibility here to field hockey. She comes from quite an athletic family. Her dad, Eric, Buckus Award winner on the football field at the University of Michigan, even played 4 years in the NFL. And her mom, Hillary, an excellent field hockey player also in Ann Arbor. In fact, her dad is in the Wolverine Athletics Hall of Fame. Anderson might have a bid to get into Northeastern's Hall of Fame, excelling at 2 sports, but here comes Delaware. Ashlyn Carr working it towards the circle, but ushering it out of danger was Melanie Weber. Huskies looking for that counter attack, but Delaware does a good job to keep it on the offensive end. Maybe I spoke too soon. Here comes Northeastern as Cassidy Anderson chasing after it. Delaware there, though, and Cresho plays it across the field.
You know, the one thing if you're Delaware that you don't want to see is that they start to play frantic. They just need to trust themselves and their game plan.
Here come the Blue Hens. Streen making a run, gets the pass, stops it, tries to go over Goliath, but goes over the cage.
Goliath, again, that aggressive goalkeeping is coming in in handy so much for that decision making, come out and really smother Femke in front so that she can't get a quality shot off.
She was aggressive, gave up a couple of goals in the first half. Sometimes you'll see that turn a goalkeeper timid. She's done a great job of avoiding that. Anderson almost kept that in for Northeastern. Boy, they do throw some long passes and then just let Anderson do the rest with her athleticism.
And that's what Northeastern did so well when they were playing William & Mary. Anderson would just camp out at the other end of the field, just roam the baseline, and just find those opportunities. And they would just win the ball and look for her immediately.
Big whistle, and Anderson will get a try here, just inside the 25. 2 minutes into this final quarter. Anderson trying to keep it in off the stick of Hefner for Delaware. The Hens end up with it. Northeastern has had the lion's share of the opportunities in this second half, and Goliath has been the eraser when Delaware has had its one or two chances to extend the lead again. Northeastern, though, continues to apply pressure on the offensive end. Kelso reverses the ball, out of room on the other side of the field. O'Connor tried to work her way through some traffic, and Northeastern gets the call. Delaware takes it back. Nice job by Hieseman. And the Blue Hens will head the other direction. Under 12 minutes remaining in this championship game.
You know what I think is hard too is that even though Delaware has the lead, you don't want to play. You can't play defensive. You can't play with the mindset of trying not to lose. You have to keep playing regardless of the score to win.
Can't run out the clock.
Yeah, it's just you have to keep your game plan. You have to keep doing what Rolf's been saying. They have to play together and just keep possession.
Meanwhile, if you're Northeastern, need to continue attacking. It's worked pretty well in this second half. The long feeds, that one just out of the reach of Meehan on the run, but it allows Northeastern to go back to attack near the corner.
And the pressure that Northeastern is putting on Delaware is absolutely fantastic. They're really making Delaware try to create, and that's what's allowing these turnovers and intercepts to happen.
It trickled off the stick of Kelso and bounced right to the Blue Hens. Here comes Carr on the run, and it's taken back. Dunleavy got her stick on it. O'Connor working her way towards the offensive end. And she's denied by Milan Sporin. Anderson, so good at just bulldozing her way into the circle. Could not get through the defensive challenge that time. Crescio again, she's been all over Anderson in this fourth quarter. It's a fun matchup to watch. Crescio's given up about a half a foot in size.
You know, it's really amazing to watch Northeastern just confidence just grow throughout this game and how dangerous they are. They really look like a championship caliber team.
Stream though with the steal, got it back. Elias out of the cage with the save. What a second half from Julia Golias, keeping Northeastern within striking range. And that one goes through harmlessly for the Huskies.
To your point earlier, I mean, when a goalie lets in 2 goals, you can kind of start to just get down on yourself and think that, you know, you're not good enough. And what she's showing is that the mental strength that this girl has to come back and really stop a player like Femke multiple times is really incredible.
Ooh, that one came up high on Stream. I think it caught her in the face. She tried to play it ahead, and Delaware ends up with it. Stream's not going to be distracted by anything with a championship on the line. Ends with it on the offensive side. 9:20 to go. Up by a goal. Stream couldn't get her stick on it. Huskies let it trickle past the end line. Stream again sets up an opportunity for Delaware. Played it off the foot, stuck with it, centers it in front. And that one heads to Northeastern. Good job by Weber rotating back.
Femke's really doing everything that she can to try and create for Delaware. But again, credit to Northeastern's defense. I think what they've changed from the first half is they're really stepping up and marking out Delaware's players. So it's a lot harder to find them in front of the goal.
Nice job by O'Connor sticking with that one, finally drawing the call and getting it on the offensive side of the field for the Huskies. Here comes Kelso. Give her credit for the effort. Sprawling out, couldn't quite keep it from heading across the line. Here's a Blue Hen back behind the defense. Waits for the attackers to join her. Gote trying to head towards the circle. Denied by Northeastern. Brewster rotated back to take it away. McClay tries to keep the pressure on for UD. Anderson was there, but call goes against Northeastern. .7:40 to go. Delaware clinging to a 1-goal advantage. And another whistle against Northeastern. Gote tried to start in a hurry, but wasn't in the right spot. Nice job by the officials today. Jade Cavallo, Gina Piper, Shannon Taylor. They've called a clean game and have kept this one entertaining throughout, allowing the players to decide the championship on the field. Dunleavy getting it to O'Connor, and Northeastern will get it back with 7 minutes to go here. Nice touch feed. Finding Dunleavy in the center of the field. Delaware continuing to challenge and make Northeastern work. They get it to Anderson. She has it knocked away. Crescio there again for UD.
You know, to your point earlier, even though it feels like Northeastern could be in a bit of a lull right now for the past minute or so, you just never know when they can flip the switch and turn it on, and all of a sudden they're back in the circle on the attack. Especially with Cassidy Anderson back there, and just does a nice job of finding her way into position and finding those long balls. Here it's Ashlyn Carr finding possession. Heeseman reversing it the other way for Delaware. And another whistle drawn by the Blue Hens to keep possession. And here comes DeConing, sending it towards the circle, just out of the reach of Morgan Rigald. Heeseman on the restart. 5:40 to go. Anderson got a piece of it. Centered again. Goliath tried for the save and got just enough. Gote was there, couldn't find stick on ball. Great job to send that in. Good scramble in front of the goal. And Delaware just, hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt them later, opportunities like that.
Give credit, Northeastern got a lot of bodies back defensively. Blue Hens were looking for a call there as Anderson lost her stick. And are they going to send her off? So a card on Cassidy Anderson. Not only do you play down a player, but you lose arguably your most dangerous offensive attacker with only 5:05 to go. Goliath there again. Delaware trying to knock it free. Carr was able to do so, but Northeastern again recovers defensively.
Great awareness by Delaware to get the ball into the circle, and then really fantastic poise by Northeastern's defense to get that ball out.
Sporen with some room was trying to get it to Stream. Couldn't hit the pass, but as long as you're in possession at this stage, holding a 1-goal lead, it's not a bad thing for Delaware.
Right. And they need to play calm and just make good decisions. So they just need to keep possession, work together as a team, let the clock run out, and keep attacking when they can, but they don't need to force it. They're a player up right now. They just need to take advantage of it.
4:10, all that separates Delaware from another CAA championship, but still enough time for Northeastern. These teams meeting in the CAA title game for the first time since 2013. That one was won by Delaware 5-1. Hens with a chance to ice it here. Decoding into the circle. Backhand just wide.
You know, this is so reminiscent of the William & Mary Northeastern game where they had William & Mary had so much attack, and Northeastern did a fantastic job weathering the storm, and then they were able to come out with the win later. So we'll just see how Northeastern keeps playing. If they can keep holding on like this, they just need 1 or 2 lucky breaks, and they're off.
Camille O'Connor was the reason why she got the game-winning goal for Northeastern, but certainly got some help on that play from Cassidy Anderson. Anderson right now helpless over there on the bench after getting a card a moment ago. 3 1/4 minutes remaining in this final period. Meehan stuck in the corner, finding O'Connor, surrounded by Blue Hens. And maintains possession for Northeastern as Anderson returns with 3 minutes to go. Northeastern going to pull the goalkeeper. Goliath checks out as the Huskies elect to go with the extra attacker. Angela Connolly comes in for the Huskies. They try to force it into the circle, and Delaware gets the call.
So this is what's going to be so exciting. Northeastern's so good at pressing the ball. They have an extra player on the field now. They've pulled their goalie, and we'll see if this pays off. If they can win the ball higher up the field and then have that extra player to try and get behind Sydney Rhodes.
You like doing it a little early here? Try to give yourself a couple extra opportunities on the attack?
You know, I think it's now or never. You know, you've got to, if you want to win big, you got to play big sometimes. Take those risks.
2:15 to go. Northeastern in possession. Down by a goal. They trailed 2-0 at the half. Cassidy Anderson got them back to within 1. Hart sending it into the offensive end for O'Connor. O'Connor again with that spin play. Sends it off the side of the cage. It's a tough choice here for Delaware, deciding between possession and the long ball in this spot, right?
Yeah, but good decision to just keep possession, play it simple. Don't try and slam it through when they have extra players, especially in the middle of the field.
Brewster restarts it for Northeastern. The Huskies send it off the stick of O'Connor. Anderson there, surrounded by 3 Delaware players, but got the call. They reverse it. Out to the 25, into the circle, off the bounce. Northeastern wanting the corner and not going to get it.
Northeastern's so unlucky to not get that corner call, but they deemed that it went up outside the circle, so that's why it's a free hit.
Anderson will take it, plays it back. 1 minute remaining. They send it towards the circle, and it trickles harmlessly wide. And now, if you're Delaware, in no hurry whatsoever, with 47 seconds to go in this CAA championship game.
No hurry, and they're just looking to try and keep possession and kill the clock. Northeastern doing a great job. You just have to corner them in, try and cause a turnover, and then just quickly counter.
Continues to bleed away. 32 seconds to go as Delaware doing a nice job playing that stall game. Cresho sending it back. And Heeseman with that strength. So difficult to get it away from her. 18 seconds remaining. And Delaware looking good now. 12 seconds left as the Hens trying to win another CAA championship, complete an undefeated year in conference play, and they will do exactly that. The University of Delaware holding on, beating Northeastern 2-1. They're your 2019 CAA champions.
Northeastern should be so proud. That what an amazing performance. They did such a terrific job to really make Delaware work and earn this, and to go from a result where they played earlier in the season where it was 5-1 to have this comeback and where they only lost 2-1. They did so many good things today. They should be really proud of themselves.
Hugs across the board. Femke Stream got a goal, and it turned out to be the game winner. An important insurance tally in the final seconds of the opening quarter, a goal that she pretty much created single-handedly. She got one. Lotte de Koning will find out who are the CAA tournament honorees, but I think it's pretty safe to say who the most outstanding player will be. De Koning scoring 5 times over the course of the 2 games and got Delaware on the board first. And the 2016 national champions will head back to the NCAA tournament and see if they can make another run. And a lot of joy on those players' faces. And for Northeastern, a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, they did great. And I just wonder if Cassidy didn't get that card, if they would have pulled the goalie earlier and had more time to try and generate more attack, because when they pulled the goalie, they did so well to have Delaware under pressure and forcing turnovers. So things like that are just really unlucky, but they did absolutely everything they could. I think they just played so well. It's just every quarter got better. It's just a shame that first quarter, they let in those 2 goals, because it really could have been a totally different game.
Shelly Morris and Rolf Henne Kirchhoff shake hands after it ends.
From Northeastern, number 1, Julia Golias. From Northeastern, number 16, Camille O'Connor. From Northeastern, number 5, Lexi Dunleavy. From Delaware, number 9, Emily Crescio. From Delaware, number 18, Femke Stream. From Delaware, number 16, Grace Hepfner. And now for the Most Outstanding Performer Award. Recognized for her outstanding play throughout the championship, the 2019 CAA Field Hockey Championship Most Outstanding Performer is number 8, Lotte de Koning from Delaware. The Colonial Athletic Association would like to congratulate all the teams for participating in this year's championship. The runner-up in the 2019 CAA Field Hockey Championship is Northeastern. Let's give the Huskies a round of applause for their outstanding play all year long. And now for the championship awards and trophy. The Colonial Athletic Association would like to congratulate the Blue Hens from the University of Delaware, the 2019 CAA Field Hockey Champions. Would the captains please come forward to receive the 2019 CAA Field Hockey Championship Trophy on behalf of your fellow teammates and coaches.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Here with the most outstanding performance tournament, Lotta DeKoning. Congratulations. First off, you guys go up 2-0 and kind of have to hold on there in the second half. What was being said in all the timeouts and all the periods, in between periods, for you guys to be able to hang on?
Yeah, so obviously we were up 2-0. We were hoping to score another goal. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but we kept telling each other we needed to fight for each other. We needed to fight till the end. And if we did that, we would be the winner here. And I think we did a really great job.
Great work by you in this tournament this weekend. What was your mindset coming in, and how were you able to execute on such a high level on a big stage?
I mean, they were a good team. They had pretty good opportunities too. So I think with the team, like everyone fought for each other. I think that's our greatest strength. Like our bench, they're so energized. They give us all the energy all the time. And I think we all are there for each other. And I think that's the really big part of our team.
Talk about, last year, of course, you guys falling short here on this field, being able to come back this year and kind of overcome what happened last year to be able to become CAA champions.
Yeah, obviously we talked about it, but not too much because we want to focus on this game. It's a new year, a new game, a new team. But it definitely lighted an extra fire in some of us. But I think we're just great today. It's another game, and we're looking forward to next weekend.
Speaking of next weekend, talk about going to the NCAA tournament. How excited are you, and what do you feel like this team can accomplish?
Really excited, especially after missing it last year. We were really determined to make it this year, and I think we did a really great job. I think everybody is so energized and it's so much fun, and we're really excited for next weekend to go out there and beat some ass. Yeah.
All right. Well, a lot of congratulations. Go celebrate with your team, Coach. Congratulations once again.
Yeah.
You guys had to hold on there in the second half. I know you probably would have liked to seen another goal on the board, but still you guys were able to come up one better than them today. And how was your team able to hold on there in the second half?
Now, before I think we'd like to talk about Delaware, a great compliment to Shelley Morris and Northeastern, the way they came back from our first experience with them early in the season, and for them to fight us till the end. So compliments to the Huskies. But very excited for us that we were able to find a way to not only hang on, we created a few opportunities in that fourth quarter. They just didn't want to fall. So we were fortunate that they didn't capitalize on their opportunities, and we walk away with a 2-1. But a win is a win, and I count this one as a big win for the Blue Hens, and very excited for us to go back to the dance next week.
Speaking of going to the dance, this team this weekend, you kind of preached the same thing with us through the broadcast, that this team was confident coming in, even with what happened last year on this field. You guys were able to kind of come and exercise the demons a little bit of what happened here last year and get the CAA championship. Just talk about the team's demeanor this whole weekend.
No, they were excited for the opportunity again, and what happened in the past, good or bad, happened in the past. So this is now, and we have made the most out of now. And we had Sarah Horgan going down on Friday. We missed her tremendously today, but our team was able to withstand a number of attacks from the Northeastern. We found a way, and we will be better prepared for next week, and hopefully Sarah comes back. But next player up, and that happened today.
What do you like about this team a lot as you guys head to the NCAA tournament next week?
They are just one unit. They are there for each other. What Lotte already shared with you too is like we have an exciting, energetic bench. Everybody's excited. Everybody embraces their role. Their role can change. They want it, and they want it a little bit more today in my book than we wanted last year. So compliments to my players group. Very excited and proud of them.
All right, Coach, 2019 CAA Field Hockey Champions. Go celebrate with your team. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right, no problem. Send it back up to you, Matt.